Hey there, Guardians, it's your boy Debarian, back with another YouTube video for Destiny 2, and I'm going to show you how to get the Ergo Sum exotic sword. This is actually a very customizable sword. You can actually get several rolls that are completely random. There's a 7 to 8 slots that can be random, including the intrinsic perk and the trait. The trait is always the same, but the blades, the guards, the intrinsic, and the exotic effect can all be random. So if you guys want to get your random swords, I got one with Telesto projectiles with being a caster, so that means it's going to be really good for casting those Telesto blasts. But anyway, back to the video. Alright, so for this next part, you're going to have to kill a hive and get the sword. Once you get the sword from the knight, you will start reflecting the damage onto the purple medallion behind you. Very similar to the shapes of the medallions that we saw in Witch Queen. As soon as the hive spawns, then you can go ahead and guard, and then it'll hit the purple plate. Now, you have to do this for three times for each subclass. So you got Arc, Void, and Solar. The key to this part is to go from Void to Solar to Arc, in my opinion. You go around, make sure you can kite the enemies so they don't mess you up. Then you're going to go over to the Void area. Once you get to the Void area, you're going to have Shriekers pop, and then you're going to go ahead and ricochet the Shriekers blasts over to the medallions, all 3 of the purple medallions. Once you do that, you're going to move over to Solar, and then when you do Solar, Arc is across the building, across there, you can see right there on the right, and then you're going to just do that 3 times in each area. And last but not least, you have the arc ones left. So you're going to go ahead and go near the wizard. You're going to go ahead and go near the wizards. And then when you go near the wizards, you're going to guard. And then the blast will be reflected onto the blue plates. Moving on to part 2 of this mission. Alright, the next part's a little different, but it's basically the same thing. You're going to have green auras that you need to shoot these little nodes at the top of the auras to go ahead and break the shields, to go ahead and hit those medallions. You're going to start off with Arc. Then once you take out Arc, you can take out the wizards. Then you're going to get Void. Then you're going to reflect Void from the Shrieker. Once you go ahead and do that, you're going to go ahead and kill the Shrieker with regular weapons. And once you do that, then all you have to do is Solar. Now for Solar, all you got to do is reflect the damage as before, and then you're going to go ahead and take out the other hive there, including the Lucent hive that is there. And then you will move forward to the next part. I know this is pretty explanatory, but obviously crush the ghost. Now in this part's a little bit easier. All you're going to do is go to Void, Arc, and Solar that are sitting there on those little statues, and you're just going to yeet the orb onto the corresponding plate. So you'll go Arc to Arc, Solar to Solar, Void to Void. Pretty self-explanatory, right? And then once you do that, there will be another instance of that right to the left. You're going to go do damage once you do all 3, and then she's going to zip her way over to the left, as she's about to do right now. Next part is basically step 1 and 2 put together. You're going to go ahead and crack the shields with the little nodes with the sword. And then once you do that, you're going to go ahead and yeet the orbs to the corresponding plate. So it's basically just the first and second part put together into one encounter. And then once you go ahead and get all those and then once you get all of those plates lit up, 6 out of 6, then you can do damage, she'll disappear, and then the next part of the step will begin. And then, after just a little bit of dialogue, you're done with the mission, and then it's on to part 2. If you Guardians are enjoying the content and the guides lately, please let me know in the comments below. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to cover. I'm trying to get back into Destiny content creation as well. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more Guardian. Hope you were enjoying, and it's on to part 2. Let's get it. And then once you complete that, you're going to go talk to Micah 10 at the transponder. Once you do that, they'll start the next step. Then we're going to go on to part 2 of getting this sword. Then you will head back to the Lost City landing zone, and then you'll start part 2 at the same way you did with part 1 at the node. Alright, for part 2, you're going to have some ads that you're going to clear in front of you, and then you're going to go forward. Once you go forward, you're going to have an area that's a blue room that you're going to be fighting a bunch of creatures. Once you fight those, then you're going to head over to the area with 2 tormentors and a subjugator and a another of the dread. I can't remember vaguely. I think it's the stasis one and the strand one. So make sure you are careful because those tormentors can be reckless. Now, during this entire mission or this part of the quest, you are going to be going Taken. Basically, Mara and Savathun are having a talk with each other, and then you are going to be going into the Taken realm, or like the Ascendant realm, and you're going to find a bunch of light cracks in the final room. But before we do that, you're going to go Taken when you get out here. The only way you do that, is to kill Taken as much as you can. The more Taken you kill, the more likely you'll be able to go Ascendant. Once you go Ascendant, you're going to go ahead and follow this path. Also, let me know how you're feeling about Final Shape. I know we had a lot of error issues, but let me know in the comments below if you're enjoying yourselves. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's one of the best campaigns we've ever had. Oh, freeze frame. And gone. Anyway. Once you get to a giant pit of ogres that are Taken, you're going to just kill them as much as you can, and then it's going to activate your Ascendants. You'll go into the Taken realm. This is what like right now, you see in black and white. Then you're just going to keep going across these little rocks as you get to the other side, and then we are going to head to the final room for the boss fight. You will also have an unlikely ally. If you've done the campaign, you'll know who I'm talking about in this fight helping you. But basically, you got 2 tormentors that are going to spawn. You got to make sure you go around and go get Taken, and you're going to look for these little cracks in the ground. You got to find 3 of them. Once you find all 3, you can do damage and continue the plot, as you're about to see right now. So we kill all the Taken, and then we go Ascendant. Or not yet. We go Ascendant after the Tormentors spawn. There we go. Now we are Ascendant. Then we're going to go ahead and run around, listen to the dialogue, and then there's cracks on the ground you're going to be looking for. You see those nodes right there. Then you're going to go ahead and go to those cracks. You're going to press X or whatever you're on, console, PC, I don't know, Stadia, if that's a thing still. You're going to press X, hold in, and liberate light. And then you're going to do that a couple times, and you're just going to kill the Tormentors when they spawn. Once you're done taking out both Tormentors, then you will be able to progress to the next step of this quest. Make sure to drop a like for the video if you guys are enjoying. Let me know what your favorite weapon so far in Final Shape is. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to do more of these videos and get better at editing in the future. And then once you take out the final Tormentor, then the mission will be over. And then you can go ahead and have a radio conversation with Mara and Savathun, and then you'll be seeing the unlikely ally at the end, and then we'll start the next part of this quest. Then you are going to head back to the landing zone that we just came from, and you're going to grab an item. That item is going to initiate the final part of this quest, and it's going to give you the sword very shortly. You're going to grab the didanic prism, and you're going to take it to the spot that will initiate the quest for the final part. All right, and the final step, all you got to do is go through this area, and then you're going to activate the exotic part of this quest, and then we're going to get your sword. Definitely take a gander around. This is spoilers for anybody that's beaten the campaign. This is the area where stuff happens. I'm not going to really get into it. Just it is fresh story. You're going to go ahead and go in the front of here to the statue, and then you're going to press X or whatever control you have, and then you'll get your sword. Remember, Guardians, you can get as many rolls of this sword as you'd like as long as you do meet the requirements. They do randomly come with new perks. They will have a new eccentric perk and a random exotic effect. So you guys can customize your build with this sword. I'm excited to try it out. Let me know if you are in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want more videos, please comment below what would you like me to cover. Have a great night, Guardians. And I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Later, Guardians. On to the next exotic.